I just created a new solution for pulling tracking data off of tracking numbers into Google Sheets. And the new solution is using a browser automation that I just made on a free platform called Automa. And you can easily add this platform onto your browser, as you see here. And once you do that, then you'll be able to run this automation as well. Now, first of all, you of course have to have a list of tracking numbers on the Google Sheet somewhere. And what I will do is actually delete this data so I can show you how to do the whole process from scratch. And once you add Automa to your browser, you'll find my Automa page. I have a link to my specific page on Automa, and you'll find the shipment tracker automation there. And once you add it, you'll be ready to go. Now, once you get this automation open and in front of you, once you can see this actual workflow diagram, that is, at that point, you can then open this trigger block. And what we're going to do here is set parameters, and there aren't many, but the only parameter, or really the main parameter you would have to set, is your spreadsheet URL. So you will take your spreadsheet, go up to the address bar. You can double click inside there to easily select the whole address, copy it, go back to the automation, find the spreadsheet URL box and just paste it in there. And there you have the default spreadsheet URL. The column will depend on your spreadsheet. If your tracking numbers are in column A, then it's A. If they're in B, then it'll be letter B. So it all depends on where your tracking numbers are on that spreadsheet, right? Okay. So the other thing is the start row, and so typically we're just starting at row 2, so that's fine as well. Okay. One other thing I should have mentioned, when you copy this, right, make sure that you're on the sheet with the tracking numbers, because when you go to CSV sheet, for instance, in this case, notice that this sheet ID changes. So yes, the URL is different per sheet of your spreadsheet. So make sure you're on the sheet that has the tracking numbers when you copy the spreadsheet URL. Okay. So just one little detail I had to add. Now, the parameters are set. I'm going to click on save. It's all ready to go. At this point, you can start executing the workflow and it will run. And what it will do at first is open, of course, the spreadsheet itself so it can read that first tracking number in column A, row 2. It will then head over to the USPS site, specifically to that tracking page, drop in that tracking number, click that track button. Once the tracking data shows up, it scrapes it. It's downloaded into a CSV, as you can see here, right into a CSV file. I can actually just open one so you can see it. Okay, so you see that data is all inside that CSV. Each time that it tracks a new tracking number, it's adding that tracking number to the data. And so it will produce another CSV now with both tracking numbers. So now you'll see more tracking data here. So it does it cumulatively so that if for some reason the browser automation is to stop at any point, you will have all of your tracking data up to that point inside the CSV, right? So even if for some reason it stops, you can go, you still have your data, and then you can just restart it from where you left off or whatever. So every now and then, I've been running this a lot as I've been testing, so I don't know if that has something to do with why right now the page, this page is not loading, or if it's a connection thing at the moment or whatever. But this can possibly happen. So if it does, at this point, I want to check the log and see, okay, yes, so there's an error here. I can also do something actually to handle that situation better. Like I can add some kind of process here where if it tries to load the web page, and then if there's an error here, it will go back and perhaps load the page again. So I can do something to handle that particular case, but that can happen. Okay, since it did happen, that's fine. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to actually use it as a case to explain something else. So what I'll do is I'll go to File, Import now, and I'll just import the last CSV that it generated, which is this one. I'll go ahead and import that, and then it's very important when you do this that you select Replace Current Sheet. So it goes onto this sheet and doesn't replace your whole spreadsheet. Please do not select Replace Spreadsheet. Make sure it's Replace Current Sheet and then Import Data. Now, at this point, you see that those first two tracking numbers were tracked, and you see the tracking data. And you can actually open links and actually examine the tracking more closely for any reason if you wish. And you can see that what it does is it just pulls the latest data here at the top. So that's the alert status forwarded in this case, right? San Jose, California. You see that's the location, the date. Okay, if there's no location, then there won't be a location scraped, of course. If you look at this tracking number, pre-shipment, right? Pre-shipment doesn't have a location as yet. So it's just pre-shipment, right? USPS away an item. The date, however, of course, is still there. So that's the way it works. Now, this automation was made specifically for USPS. Can it work for other carriers? Certainly, I can have it work for other carriers. Sure. This is a process that can work for other carriers because it's doing it in the browser. So you can always read that data because it's opening in the browser, right? The problem I had trying to do it when I was doing it programmatically in Google Sheets is I couldn't connect to certain websites from Google Sheets, okay? With this solution, we can do way more carriers because we can just open the carrier in the browser, okay? So that's something, that's a huge benefit here. Now, where we left off, right? We want to see where we left off. We know we did two tracking numbers. So we did rows 2 and 3 in this case. We're up to row 4. So we could go back, being that that little error thing happened, and we can run it back from row 4. Right? Just go right back, execute it, start at row 4 this time, click run. And I'm going to let it, by the way, I'm going to close these other tracking situations. See, this time the page opened with no issue, so it can just happen with USPS. I found, I don't know. I usually get through a lot of trackings before that happens. That's the good thing. It doesn't happen like constantly, but every now and then it does get like frozen on that track screen. So if that happens, yes, you could restart the automation to continue from where you left off. But as I said, I will also do something now that I'm aware that it can begin to do this, that will handle this situation better. So what it will probably do is just, if it stays like this too long, it'll just try to do it again until it comes back. That way you don't have, because I want you to be able to run as many trackings consecutively as possible without having to keep restarting. So yeah, so this is something that I will handle, and that will be improved upon on the automation. So okay, so again, however, did it pull data? Yes, it did pull data, at least that one tracking number. So technically, yes, I could import that as well. I mean, I could import that last CSV as well, shipment tracking 7, but I would not do replace because I already have data. So now if I'm going to replace or add new data, a new CSV, I'm going to use append to current sheet, right? Append. So when you continue the automation from a point where you left off, use append to import that data, and it will be appended to the bottom. Okay, only issue here is, of course, it's going to append this as well. But I mean, you can just do, what you can do is select that row by clicking on 4, right click, delete row, and that'll get rid of that. Or you can keep it if you just want it there for some reason. And so that's basically how the process works. So, it works, right? It works. I mean, it opens the tracking numbers, it tracks them and pulls the tracking data. The only issue, of course, as I noticed in running the automation, is when that USPS page opens and for whatever reason, USPS, their page freezes at that moment. It doesn't open right away. The automation, however, expects the page to be there, so it just keeps going. And I can alter the automation to better handle that situation. So that was the only thing. But outside of that, I mean, everything is scraped. The correct data is scraped. And there's no limit to this. If you use other solutions, potentially, if you can find one out there somehow, maybe API or something, you're going to have to pay for every single time you track, quite possibly, or maybe for the number of packages. And so this is really like a truly free solution to this problem. It's truly free and unlimited, right? Solution to tracking these tracking numbers. As I said, can also potentially work with other carriers, not just USPS, although I have it right now specifically working for USPS. So that's about it. All you need to do at this point, if you want to try this out, check the links in the description of this video. Remember, for one, you need to install Atoma. You need to navigate to my page on Atoma. I'll provide a link. Get my this specific automation, shipment tracker. Add it to your Atoma. Have a Google Sheet prepared with tracking numbers, and then you can start running it and do exactly what I just did in this video. That's about it. Any other comments, questions, or suggestions? Greatly welcome. You can leave them below on the video. You can also contact me directly via email or Facebook or whatever. I have links for that in the video in case you want a more private conversation on these matters. Either way, I look forward to I missed the mark, first of all, and I either look forward to hearing from you directly or seeing you around in another video.